Are you a professional pillow fighter? Or a 9-to-5 low-cost time travel agent? Or maybe real estate sales on Mars is your profession? It doesn't matter. Whatever it is you do, however complex or intricate, Monday.com can help you organize, orchestrate, and make it more efficient. Monday.com is the one centralized platform for everything work-related. And with Monday.com, work is just easier. Monday.com, for whatever you run. Go to Monday.com to learn more.
Well, I don't see the point in waiting any longer. So let's bring her out. The star attraction, the one you came to see. Ladies and gentlemen, the one, the only, Miss Judy Gold.
Hey everyone, it's me. Welcome to the 300th. That's right, 300th episode of Kill Me Now with Judy Gold. I can't believe I've done 300 episodes. I mean, I can, but I can't. I started in 2015, and if you listen to the early episodes, you can hear my mother because she was alive for the first few episodes of this podcast. And I started the podcast because someone actually, asked me to do a podcast, and I thought, what is different about me or what I would want to do on a podcast so it's not like everyone else's. And I realized that, I say kill me now about 1,000 times a day because everything annoys me. So I thought, hey, I'm going to ask people what makes them fucking pissed off and crazy. And that's what I did. But it's become so much more than that. So I am thrilled and honored that I've been, doing this for how many years now? 6 years. And that you still listen. So thank you. Thank you to everyone. God, times have changed over the last 6 years. But we still all get pissed off. And to begin today's episode, I am actually being interviewed. Oh, yeah. I'm being interviewed by the producer of this podcast. And I am being interviewed by my assistant. Ladies and gentlemen, here we go. I hope you enjoy my 300th episode because we're also going to be having some special guests. Welcome to the 300th episode of Kill Me Now. I don't know what's going to happen. All I know is that, I'm giving away the reins and, here we go.
Yay. Yay. It's so weird to actually be talking on the podcast. So this is, my name is Laura Vogel and I am Judy's podcast producer. But it would be physically and emotionally impossible to do that without the support of Brittany, who is going to introduce herself now.
Hello. This is bizarre as well because I'm just used to editing the videos. Instead, I've never been on a podcast, so this is exciting. I'm Brittany Jo Sowards. I'm Judy's boss.
But the deep, dark secret that I think brings us all together, because, on every episode of your podcast, you always ask people questions that they really don't expect. And you get to things from their childhood and from their upbringing. And, you have them discuss their trauma in a lighthearted but honest way. I wanted to reveal one of your deep, dark secrets, which is actually... You are one of the, and I know that this sounds very gay. I'm allowed to say that. Oh, that's now the gay bell. Sorry.
Yeah.
Maybe that's it. Maybe you do the Jew bell and I'll do the gay bell.
Okay.
But you're actually one of the nicest people that we work with. Like, you're incredibly thoughtful and compassionate. My aunt died of COVID during the pandemic. And I got to tell you, nobody checked in on me more than Judy Gold. And people were checking in, people were thoughtful. I'm not saying that I don't have support, I definitely do. But, anytime I would text Judy about a work thing, she would ignore the work question, which was infuriating, and instead be like, how are you? How are you doing? How are you feeling? What's going on? And she was sick for a little bit beforehand. And I had mentioned it sort of just as an excuse for being somewhat distracted. And Judy just kept on following up. And it's always like that. So I understand that, you have this personality. But the thing that people that aren't Jewish might not understand is that a Jewish mother is brash and intense but also it comes from this like deep place of caring. And I think that that's the part of your mother that you really carry with you in a profound way. I only got to meet your mom one time many years ago, but that's what I see of her in you, is this thing where you're like, yeah, she's super intense, but it comes from a place of like extreme care and love and like empathy.
Yeah, I do think Laura and I agreed that you're very self-deprecating on the podcast and just in general, and you're a comic, so of course. But if people don't know you in person, I think maybe they love your comedy, maybe they love the podcast, maybe they think in real life, maybe working with you, maybe you would be like a Jewish mother, but you are genuinely. I've told you this before. I've had to turn down jobs from other people saying, "Oh, will you assist for me?" And I said, "I'll never be able to work for anyone in this capacity like I do for Judy, because you are caring and you're compassionate and you're the first person to know when I'm in a bad mood." If I walk in the door, you're like instantly, it's like a radar. You're like, "What's wrong?" And you can totally read that, and you care more about the person. And I think that especially in show business, it's such an exceptional gift, and you don't get praised about that enough. So we wanted to be nice to you for this one moment.
Oh, thank you. I feel like I did get that from my parents, definitely this, empathy. I'm very empathetic, to a fault. And I also probably would say that a lot of people, I don't think a lot of people know that about me. Like I write thank you note, I handwrite thank you notes if someone has me over for dinner. Like, like I'm very old fashioned and I do care deeply about people. And I think that is the demise of my career because, I can't be, yeah, I can be an asshole on stage, but I really can't be an asshole in life. I can't do it.
Well, you genuinely care about people, which is actually, I think, that's one of the things that made me want to do the podcast, was because when you listen to your interviews, it's not like, I work with so many other people that do these podcasts, and when they show up, the host typically has not done very much research. You spend days combing through things. When I send people to you, you're always like, okay, tell me everything that you know about them. Where did they grow up? You have the like give a shit factor where you genuinely want to know about people and what they're doing and why they are the way they are.
That's the thing. Yeah. Like I feel like everyone has a story and a lot of times they never get the opportunity to share their real story. And that's what I find fascinating about people, why they are the way they are. And I initially, because I get so annoyed at everything, that was why we called the podcast Kill Me Now, because I was just like, I can't I get so upset about like injustice and like just incompetence. And I thought, what's a good way to get people to talk passionately about something? And anger, things that, that would bring out the passion. But it's become so much more than that. And I have done so many interviews where the person interviewing me has done no homework. And I just want, like, really? It's so easy. It takes some extra time, but I don't want people to feel that the way I feel so many times when people ask me like, "Oh, what made you get into comedy?" I don't know. Read my website. Read any, there's so much shit about me. Just do your fucking homework. It makes the person feel better. I mean, you're on there, and it's so funny when people are like, "Wait, how'd you find that out?" It's just, if you do a little work, read the book that they're promoting, watch the TV show, do it, find out about it. People are fascinating to me. Do you think we should change the name of the podcast?
No. But that's also why you get along with other people like that. I mean, you're not asking the question that everybody asks, which is like, "Hey, Judy, what's it like to be a woman in comedy?" But like, Judy, 300 episodes, that's a big thing. You've sat here and talked to a whole lot of people, and you've done it in like a really tiny closet slash sweatbox at Ad Large, their studios, that they call the Cabana. I think because they joke because it's steamy and disgusting.
Right. It started at CBS and they had a pretty nice studio. Then they got bought out by someone else. And I went downtown. That was a pretty nice studio. Then we went to Ad Large, which was a closet with no ventilation. I can't tell you how many people were dripping sweat, disgusting in that little studio. And then, I mean, I did other places, but since the pandemic, we've been virtual because I really wanted it to be in person because I'm so intimate with the, conversation, but I think it works.
I had wanted you to do virtual podcasts for a while. And you were always like, no, I need to like see the person in the room. And I do think it's helpful. But as we've gotten more comfortable with Zoom, I think it's really started to work because it sort of changes the dynamic a little bit, because part of what happens when you're in the room with someone is that they come in and they're in an uncomfortable place.
Right.
And you put them at ease while at the same time sort of disarming them by asking them questions about themselves. But at home, people are comfortable. They're at their home.
Right.
So it makes it a little bit, I don't know, it makes it a little bit more intimate, which I think works. So it's definitely evolved, but I don't think it's like good or bad. It's just a little bit different. And then when we do the live show, it's a completely different experience.
Right. It's a whole different experience. Yeah. And we did one with Sandra Bernhardt. Where the hell was that? That was on 72nd at the Tryout, which was great too. But yeah, I kind of like the Zoom, and it gives, then Brittany has video to edit that she loves doing.
I love my job. Thumbs up.
Thumbs up, baby.
But I do love having the video, and I loved getting to see the evolution of coming to all the live shows, first Isaac and then to Club Coming. Yeah. It is so special because as a podcast listener myself, I love the opportunity to get to go to a live show. And I think that that's so special because you are a performer. You're not just a podcaster doing a live show.
Right.
So it's really special.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah. I don't know how long Brittany's going to be nice to me, but I'm enjoying it.
As soon as the Zoom ends. No, I'm kidding. I wanted to ask you, Judy, I know you've done so many of these interviews, and so many of them have been incredible. Do you have any that just stand out in your mind where you thought was like an exceptional interview or something that really meant a lot to you?
Well, the very beginning, my mother was on before she died the year I started the podcast. So it was nice having those. I think Mara Wilson was on and we called my mother. So it was nice being able to call her and have her on a few episodes. But there were some episodes that I just, you do the research, but then you're having this conversation. Artie Lang, I had Artie Lang on, and we were really talking about his life and his father. And I got some messages from people who worked with him at Stern saying, I didn't even know half the stuff about him, and we, just really having a normal conversation and the person not having to be like, hey, that's what's so great. Michelle Ballin, who is a comic. I mean, her life was fascinating. I mean, I can't believe her life story.
It's so fascinating. And also, like, she quit smoking, and I was like, what are you going to do for half your act?
I know, right? He doesn't smoke. I mean, then I was like honored. I had Dick Cavett. I mean, that was amazing. Oh my God. I have to go through Robbie Kaplan. She was the lawyer for the Edie Windsor, for the marriage equality. Mm-hmm. She argued before the Supreme Court. She's fucking brilliant. A lot of the comics we're different people. We think differently. And anyone who would choose, stand up as a profession, I mean, there's something wrong with us. So I think comics talk to one another differently than they talk to civilians, as we call you people. But I don't know. Are there any that stand out for you that you just
Mary Trump really stood out to me.
Oh yeah, I loved Mary. Yep.
It was just this different side of her that you don't see. You just don't see her being funny and being witty
Yeah.
and hilarious. And kind of dirt. And like she has lizard, like gecko. I can't,
She's
like,
fascinating. But it's like, you know these people one way. And that's the thing. No, there's so much more to these people. Everyone has so many different dimensions. So yeah, she was great too. I mean, I'd have to look at a list. I'm sure I'm missing.
But I really love, this is going to make me sound younger than I am, but I do really like everyone that you interview because maybe I don't know who everyone is, but I should. Do you know what I mean? I think you get a lot of interviews with people who are not necessarily on the mainstream platforms because they've just been a comic for 50 years, so they don't have to fucking prove anything to anybody.
Right.
But it's been really special. Like, or you interview famous stars that I've never heard of. I didn't know who Isaac Mizrahi was.
Oh my God.
But when we went to your live show, I was like shook. And now I think it's hilarious. Since that podcast, I see him everywhere and I go, how did I even miss him in the first place?
It's amazing.
He's in everything for forever.
There are other people like, Daryl Roth to talk to her. Yes. She's such an amazing person, Andrea Martin. Let's see.
Daryl
who else
was also great because, she's another one that's in your circle of people who
has a profound effect on your life. And you don't even know that. She is Daryl Roth, the theater that she produces, and the fact that, here's a woman who produces stuff from the heart, like does it for the love of theater and to change the world. Like she is really what a producer should be of theater. When you think of how theater does change the world and has such a profound impact on our society, she's amazing. You know who else really I loved? And I'm so happy he did my podcast, was Father James Martin. Oh, I just love that man. And he got a lot of crap for doing, my podcast, and he didn't care, he is truly what the embodiment of what it means to be a Christian. I mean, I'm a Jew, as you know. He is a Jesuit priest who worked in the court. He went to whatchamacallit, the Penn's the business school at Penn. What's it called? God damn it, Judy. I can't believe I've said God damn it. I'm talking about Father James Martin. Wharton. He went to Wharton. Oh, yeah. He's brilliant. And the work he does is so incredible. And his views are so right on, and he's fearless, and he has all these amazing books. And I love this man. And he did my podcast, which, for a Jesuit priest or any religious figure might be a little controversial, but he was incredible and fascinating. Oh, I just adore him.
What about some of the early ones when you and Hennessy were doing it together? Like that was such a different vibe. It was such a different thing. And like it had its moment and it was great. And like now it's evolved into something different. I also think that, you really benefited from having some support at the get-go before you felt confident to go out on your own.
Yeah, I was like, I had been asked to do the podcast, and I was like, how do I make this not like every other podcast? And, Hennessy was a student of mine, and I really saw a lot of raw talent in him. I asked Hennessy, I was like, Hennessy's hip and cool and a different generation, and, but our work ethic completely, I have no executive function. He has less. And I love Hennessy. And I wish him only good things. But yeah, the whole podcast evolved into a whole other direction because, he's a different kind of performer. And I'm like, I love these intense interviews. I love, I didn't want it to be all like, hey, here's a joke. I didn't want that.
Well, but also you weren't sure that you didn't want that until you actually did it. And so when you
Right.
listen to the podcast from the beginning, you really see an evolution of you're like, I'm doing a bit to we're doing a bit to wait, maybe we're not, like what's
Right.
what are the questions here? Like it dives deeper. And then when you're off on your own, you really, I think we're at a place where you felt comfortable enough to just have like a really intensely honest conversation that yes,
Right.
of course it's funny because you're a funny person, you're talking to people who are funny. So it's funny, but
And
it's
also, just because it's a comic interviewing a comic doesn't mean it has to be funny, which I think is also why your podcast is so good.
Because it's not, I didn't want it to be shticky. Like I was like, oh, it has to be shticky in the beginning. I was like, no, it doesn't have to be shticky, you know?
So Judy Gold,
Yeah.
what is your, but our collective Kill Me Now is working for you sometimes, but not all the time. So what's your Kill Me Now this week?
Okay. I have a couple of Kill Me Nows for this week. Number one, I had an audition a few days ago via Zoom. This Kill Me Now makes me want, this is why I would, if I wasn't doing this, I'd be a consumer advocate. And I get this from my mother, because my mother, if she was treated unfairly or saw someone being treated, she would write I'm writing to the president of the president, you know. So I had an audition and it was via Zoom. Lovely casting people. I love them. And after the Zoom audition, my agent calls me. He's like, it went really well. So it's shooting next week. So where are you? I'm like, I'm in Providence. You might have to come home. You might have to come home. I'm like, well, when? I'm planning on coming on Monday. Well, you might have to come home earlier. I go, well, when will you know? I don't know. I'll find out tomorrow. So the next day happens, nothing. And then it's Saturday. And, you know, you sit there, you know, marinating over, oh my God, do I have to leave? When do I pack? You know, like it so fucks with your head. And finally, Saturday, I said, what is going on? And he said, oh, I'll check in. And he checked in. They said, sorry, we love her, the usual. It's going to someone else. And it's not that they gave it to someone else. Like that, of course, you know, they're 99.99% of the time, it goes to someone else. And I wrote this in a post, you know, we do this for the 1.001% of the time where they say, yeah, you're right, because that could change your life. But just call. Just, you know, there's got to be a better way so that actors are not sitting around wondering, wait, am I still doing this? Am I, you know, can I book this other thing? It's just, that's the part that really upsets me with auditioning. You know, you get pinned. They call it getting pinned. There should be a law or a rule that if you're unpinned, you should get a call immediately. You know, so you're not sitting there going, oh, I don't know, I might have to do, you know. So that's it. That was my Kill Me Now. And also, you know, you feel like a pain in the ass when you're like, hello, what's going on? And it's not like I'm desperate. You know, I have a great life. I work all the time. I have to create my own stuff because no one gives me anything. But, you know, just respect the time. And that's it. So that was my Kill Me Now. My other Kill Me Now is like, I come home and Ben's home from college now. And it's like, I have no space and I just want to fucking kill myself, but I'm happy to have him. But then it's like, okay, bye.
Yeah, I hear you. Cause it's like any other industry who is like disrespected with their time in that way. You know, if you're either going to the next round of interviews or you're not.
Right. Just let us know.
Yeah.
They just let you hang and I hate it.
Well, they just want to keep their options open, but they have no consideration for the fact that it's closing options for you.
Right.
Yeah.
But it's also like I have a good friend who's a casting director or was. And she told me there were so many times where they would have a whole day of auditions and in the morning they were like, we have an offer out to blank. We're just waiting to hear back. And all these people who have spent hours preparing for an audition when there's already an offer out to someone and they don't really even need to they do it as backup. It's like, let the person know that, you know what I mean? I don't know, you know, and also build each other up. Women should build each other up, you know, support one another, hire, that's the other thing. Women not helping women.
Mm-hmm.
There's room for everyone.
Mm-hmm.
Except for my fucking fat ass. Here's the other kill me now. I took a picture last night with Will Sylvance at the City Winery. And I'm like, I hate my body. I hate my body right now. And I hate hating my body.
Is it because of the pandemic, or do you just have
Yes.
like moments where you go up and down with body positivity?
No,
and, like,
I gained weight and my doctor's like, oh, you only gained 12 pounds. Very good. I'm like, no. And it's also that I have these jeans and I can't put them on. I don't like not having, I don't know. I just want to, it's like when I was skinny, when I was younger and I was like, oh, I'm so fat. And then I look at pictures, I'm like, I wasn't fat. And then, years go by and I'm like, I'm so fat because I was a little heavier. And I'm like, I was still not fat. Now I feel fat. Okay.
well,
Can
just
I
wait
have your
5 years,
jeans?
You'll realize, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I also give Brittany all my clothes. Okay.
That is the one positive of having a
Yeah.
really
She gets
tall
all my
boss.
Eileen Fisher
I get-
stuff. Okay.
One time I was Googling her to try to find a photo, and I found a photo of her in a shirt that I was wearing that she had given me. It was a very strange moment.
Yeah. Whatever.
And last but not least, Judith, what do you do for your mental health? I know you say every week on the episode, you always say that you meditate and you talk about the medications that you take, but
Right.
what is something that maybe is something a little more pandemic specific
Okay.
that you feel like you really need to do?
I have, as you see, I have a piano. I do try to meditate. I haven't been diligent the past couple of weeks, and I do try to do my fucking Peloton and whatever and exercise. But I have realized that music it definitely changes my brain. But the other day I'm writing because I'm writing on Better Things and I'm writing scripts, and like it uses another part of my brain. It takes me away. Music is really, that's what does it for me. And even I'm just sitting there learning something. I'll even just do hand exercises. And that kind of focus, learning a musical instrument, or I've been playing piano my whole life, but it's really pretty amazing. Challenging your brain like that. And it's just a different part of your brain. So I would have to say playing music is really the thing that helps my brain.
Well, it
settle.
shuts down the inner voice and it lets you communicate with a different part of you.
Right. And the fucking inner voice really needs to shut the fuck up.
Yeah, we don't have time for her.
She's a bitch.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Fiscally responsible, financial geniuses, monetary magicians. These are things people say about drivers who switch their car insurance to Progressive and save hundreds. Visit Progressive.com to see if you could save. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Potential savings will vary. Not available in all states or situations.
And now I have picked a handful, all right, a little more than a handful, of Kill Me Nows from our favorite guests that we've had on. These are people who are very passionate about things that piss them off. There's so many more where this came from, so we're probably going to have to do another one of these. But here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, to begin the plethora of Kill Me Now moments from my incredible guests, we're going to start with the one and only Amy Schumer.
What makes me the most mad of anything in
Right.
the whole world? When people come to look at a hotel gym, they're not using it.
And they
just
walk around
and say, "Oh,
fucking-
maybe I'll use that machine
Right.
when I come back here." And they come in,
I know.
and I'm like, "Get
the fuck out of here.
Either use it."
That is my favorite. That is...
It makes my blood boil.
And they're all-
I take pictures of them.
That's
and I film
fucking
them and
hilarious.
I send it to friends.
That is my favorite thing. I'm working out, I'm sweaty, and they
Yep.
come in like, hey, we're new at the hotel.
And
let me check
they
this
just
out.
checked in.
Yeah.
They want to see all the facilities they have access
Right.
to. It makes me insane.
I know. I fucking hate that.
I'm on the verge of screaming at them.
I know. I hate. Oh, that's fucking awesome. I love that. No, they do it all the time.
What is that, though?
And then they check out the pool and the jacuzzi.
And they probably never use any of that
Right,
shit.
right.
They just are like, okay.
They're like not even staying at the hotel.
Wow, this is worth it.
Yeah.
This is worth it.
They're deliberating if it's good enough for them to
I mean,
use.
I'm not going to use any of the shit, but okay, it has it here.
And you're sweating and you're working out and they just kind of like stare at you like you're in a zoo.
Wait, this is the worst. When they come in together, right? And like a man and a woman, or you know, and they're clearly just checked in.
They have khakis on.
Yeah, and one of them picks up a weight. One of them picks up a weight.
Oh my god, or they'll get on the bike, just like, well, this is how it'll be.
Oh wow, yeah.
I want to strangle them.
Next up is a guy who I adore and is just beyond hilarious. Here he is with his Kill Me Now moment. Artie Lang.
As a comic, fake outrage.
Oh, I can't.
Because that affects my living and it affects my. I hate's a strong word, but the fake outrage. I don't like the people who tell people they should be offended.
Right.
I don't like people who go, because that's a patronizing, condescending, racist thing.
Right.
I don't like white ultra liberals who tell black people they should be offended by something.
Right.
Because essentially what they're saying is you're not smart enough. I'm going to tell you why.
Right.
That, and they pretend to be outraged by it. That fake outrage is so
I hate fake outrage.
deplorable to me. Real outrage I admire.
Right.
You know what I mean? But
and there's so much of it.
the fake outrage that's done just for their
benefit.
Yeah. Al Sharpton's a perfect example.
Yeah.
Al Sharpton's the guy who it's all for him. All that outrage.
He hasn't paid his taxes.
He's a businessman.
All I say about Al, I've met him. He's very nice. Tawana Brawley. That's all I think about.
He's a bullshitter.
When I see him, I cannot forget Tawana Brawley.
Yeah, he's a bullshitter.
And he doesn't look good thin.
And he does look odd. He looks
like a
side,
fucking bobblehead.
He looks like a coin from the side.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Next up, the incredible, the beautiful, the talented, Michelle Buteau.
Oh my God, there's a fucking list. That's not okay. There's a fucking list. Okay. You know what the list is? Oh my God, here it goes. Fucking useless basic bitches who show up and want to be pretty and have nothing to add.
Right.
I don't give a fuck if you are a model, fucking do something, okay? We're all like just because I'm a size 18 that I'm Octavia Spencer in every movie and I'm supposed to get your shit.
Right.
Number one. Number two, if I hit you with Black Lives Matter, don't hit me with All Lives Matter. You fucking know.
Oh, I fucking fuck that shit. Fuck, that's not what we're talking about.
Exactly. And don't fucking hit me with just like, well, why does it matter that they don't have a bathroom or they have a bathroom when it comes to trans people? You are a fucking idiot, okay?
I always say to people when they're like, oh, the bathroom, that I go, when you're on a plane, what the fuck, do you care who's in the fucking bathroom before you? So shut the fuck up.
Shut the fuck up. Also, kill me now, okay?
Yes.
Because that is fucking bullshit. And these are friends of mine that are saying this shit. I'm just like, you are really showing your goddamn fucking colors. People who don't vote because they don't think their voice matters or they just don't think it's really going to count.
I can't.
Fucking leave the country. Go somewhere else.
And you think about how many people died for the right to vote and that women didn't get the right to vote till 1920. Like, fuck you.
Fuck you. When people hit me with but I'm not political, it's not about you now. It's about everybody fucking else.
Right.
So look out for your neighbor because you get to be you off the backs of fucking people that work for your fucking right to be a lazy fucking cunt watching Bravo.
I love you. I love this next guy. I actually did an episode of Wings years and years ago and met him there. And he's a superstar. He is a superstar. I can't even believe he was on my podcast. Ladies and gentlemen, the one, the only, Tim Daly.
My most irrational thing actually is, there are a lot of things.
Right.
But the thing that has almost gotten me killed twice.
Really?
Yeah, littering.
Oh,
when people litter,
they throw shit on
my hair catches on fire. I get so fucking pissed off.
I tap him on the shoulder and go.
Well, that's what I did. I said to this bike messenger who threw some shit, said, "Hey man, why don't you pick that up and throw it in the garbage?" And he took a knife out of his thing. He was like, "Never mind, I'll be running."
No way.
Yeah, he was just gonna stab me.
But it's
I
like
told him not to litter.
It's when you see them do. It's like, it's so upsetting. Like you just throw shit on the fucking ground. Like this is our space.
Yeah, it's bad.
What was the second time you almost got killed? He took a
It was a
knife.
bunch of teenagers who were knocking over, they were throwing shit around. I was
Right.
like, come on, you guys. Pick that shit up and put it in the garbage.
Right.
And they got all puffed up and stuff. And I wasn't really afraid of them, but they were scary a little bit.
Ugh.
Yeah, kill me. I mean, these people that litter.
Right.
Come on.
I know. It's disgusting. And there's a fucking garbage
right there
on every corner.
Yeah.
She is a force to be reckoned with. And she gets pissed off too. Ladies and gentlemen, Jeannie Gaffigan.
One of the other things kill me now is when people say yep or yup to me. I'm like, Judy, did you have a nice day? Yep.
It's so non-committal.
It's like, are you angry?
Mood. Yeah.
I mean, are you angry at me?
Yeah.
Yup. Yep and yup. I mean,
I hate yup, and I hate when if I wrote an article or if I did this and I said, "Oh, did you like it?" Yeah, it was good. I don't like the word good. Like I only like the word good if it applies to a person. Like they're a good person, but not my work. It's not good. My work is fucking amazingly great.
I would rather hear that it was terrible than good.
Yeah, good sucks. This is the other word I hate. Cute.
Oh, my mom hates the word cute.
I hate it.
My mom raised me. She was like, I was like, oh, look, it's cute. That's so cute on you. And I was like, cute means short, fat, and bow-legged.
I'm gigantic. And people will be like, oh, that looks cute on me. Nothing looks cute on me. Nothing. I'm fucking huge. Fucking assholes. I hate everyone now. Oh, that's a cute top. No, it's not a cute top. A fucking NFL player could fit in this top.
You do. Cute.
Cute.
That's great. Cute?
Oh, I saw your cute piece you did. It wasn't cute.
There is nothing cute about me. You're lying.
How about our next guest and his kill me now moment? I mean, how about how I actually had Joey Fatone on my podcast. That's pretty incredible. And here he is, ladies and gentlemen, Joey Fatone.
Or another thing that really pisses me off, if you text me, if you text me with a question and I respond back and I ask you a question and you don't respond within another 2 hours or 3 hours go by, I want to fucking punch somebody in the face. You're the person you're the one that asked me the question. That drives me freaking nuts.
You know what fucking pisses me off? Someone will start texting with you, and then you'll answer, and then they just stop, and then it's like you don't end it. I end it.
Or just say, hey, I'm busy. Sorry, something.
Right. Like who gets the power to end the conversation?
Me.
Right. Fucking tell them. I want the last one. I hate not knowing when to stop. It's like
because that's my point. I'll keep going.
Right.
Or if they don't answer, I'm like, oh, cool. That's funny. What else? Oh, that's great.
Yeah. I know. I do the same thing. It's fucking mental.
That pisses me off. Yeah. People that are full of shit, people that don't deliver, and people that don't text back.
Our next guest with her kill me now moment. I love her, and I love doing the episode with her because during the episode, we realized we both I grew up in Clark, New Jersey, and she lived there as well. It was incredible. Ladies and gentlemen, Laura Prepon.
This is like a weird quirk that I have.
I love it.
When it comes to recycling,
yeah,
I am so, especially in New York, when you see all the garbage bags and recycling piled up on the street, I can't help but think about the landfills where all this stuff is going and recycling and everything. It drives me crazy. So when I have to clean out particular containers, because I'm the one who rinses out the containers to make sure that they can fully recycle it.
Right.
And I have such limited time having 2 kids and all the stuff that we have to do. And especially with the self-isolation and everything, we're running a school, we're running a restaurant, doing my virtual bookstore, which I'm so thankful to be doing, trust me.
Yeah.
Having to clean out these particular containers like peanut butter or something.
Right.
I get so pissed off at my own kind of neuroses for having to make sure it's clean so it can be recycled. I just get really pissed off. And then when I see other stuff in the recycling bin that's someone else in my house, I have to take it out of the bin and do it myself. Like,
no fucking way.
I take it out and I clean it up.
Oh my God.
So that I'm just like, can we all just be neurotic about this?
Right.
And that kind of kills me.
I know. I have to clean it out too.
That kills me.
I know. And then you feel, and if you don't clean it out, then you feel like, oh, fuck.
Yeah, exactly.
And like 2 hours later, you go back. You're like, all right, I'll take the tuna fish out, you fucking asshole.
That's exactly it. I know. And it makes me so, I'm just like, I'm angry about my thing to have to clean it out.
Right. And then to have it like,
if someone else puts it in the garbage that I have to then take out, I'm like, God damn it, you know?
Fucker!
Our next guest, we did a live episode with at his club. He's really one of the most talented artists of our generation. And I felt so lucky to be able to interview him. And here is his Kill Me Now moment and what pisses him off. Alan Cumming.
So one of the things that makes me crazy is that American people call that long thing that's like a chair that's not quite a sofa, they call it a chaise lounge.
Oh, yeah.
And it's a fucking chaise longue, people. It's a long chair. It's a chaise longue.
Chaise longue?
And they've spelled they've missed put the O and the U round and called it lounge because they think of the lounge chairs. It's chaise longue is the thing, and that drives me nuts. And also the way that American people pronounce croissant.
What? How do you say croissant?
Croissant.
Say it again.
Croissant.
Croissant.
But like croissant.
I know, right?
No, I just want. So that's I think American people's bad pronunciation of French words drives me fucking nuts.
So chaise longue.
Notre Dame is on fire. I was like, fuck you people.
Yeah.
It's Notre Dame. Anyway, blah, blah.
Chaise longue.
It's a chaise longue, yeah.
I'm going to say that next time I go to like room and board or something.
It's not a lounge chair.
So if I went in and said, I'm looking for a chaise longue.
Depends where you were. If you're in New Jersey, they'd be like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Or if you're in America, they'd say, what the fuck?
Yeah.
But if it was my shop, I would say, I've got the very thing for you, madam.
Oh my God, I love you. This week's episode of It's Judy Show with Judy Gold is sponsored by BetterHelp. And if you know me, which I think you do because you're listening to my podcast right now, you know that I am a big advocate for therapy. I think it benefits everyone. I think there's so many people who need it, who don't partake. It is so important for your emotional health and well-being. Therapy is fantastic. It is in every stretch of the imagination. And if you're thinking of starting therapy, please do it. But please give BetterHelp a try. It is entirely online. It's designed to be convenient. It's flexible. It suits your schedule. You fill out a brief questionnaire to get matched with a licensed therapist, and you can switch therapists anytime for no additional charge. I have switched therapists in my life. I've had many, many therapists, and you know, sometimes it's not a great fit for you, but don't give up. Therapy is beneficial. You can learn about yourself, you can process, and just be emotionally healthy. I'm telling you, do it. BetterHelp is great because, you know, when I used to schlep to my therapist's office, it was so annoying. You have to do it, and you sit there and you wait, and then I'm telling you, doing it online is fantastic. And BetterHelp is amazing. I know a lot of people who've used it. So if you're thinking about therapy, go to BetterHelp.com. Let the gratitude flow. This is Gratitude Month, people. So you need to let the gratitude flow with BetterHelp. Visit BetterHelp.com/JudyGold, JudyGold, today, and you will get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/JudyGold. You're welcome. Our next guest is hilarious. She is a hilarious, performer, live performer, comedian, but also an incredible actor. I just loved having her on, and she is pissed off about something. You want to know what it is? You'll hear it now. Ladies and gentlemen, Mary Lynn Rice Cub.
When a pedestrian tells me to go ahead and I'm in the car and they're like, oh, you go. I'm just like, oh, you're going to fucking tell me in my car when to go? Like, fuck you. Go ahead. No.
That's a really good one. I hate that too. Or, you know what? When I'm parking and someone decides to come over and be like, oh, you're okay. It's like, I know where I am. I know I'm okay. You know, like when they try to come over and do the like you're landing a plane.
Don't help me.
Yeah. It's like, I know how to fucking park, asshole. I don't need you fucking coming out. Like, get out of my life.
Oh, I'll tell you one little thing. It's not an annoying. It's actually, you just reminded me. It probably is my own behavior. This guy, I think this shows me as a psycho, quite honestly. Because you know how like the little things in COVID, like the trip to the pet store. So I'm like, oh, this is luxurious. And I'm like, the guy, really good salesman, starts like upselling me. Oh, you should try wet food. My fucking cat does not eat wet food. Like the cats need more water. Like they actually don't get enough water. And I'm like, oh, really? And like, he really cares and he's engaging with me. He's like, oh, you should get your cat like a fountain. I was like, great. And I love I just was like, oh, he's helping me. Got something special for my cat. My fucking cat is a maniac. He's huge. I got him in the divorce. Ceramic fountain with 2 pieces. He's looking at it, he's stalking it. I'm like, he just needs to get used to it. He's gonna love it. It's a cat fountain. He knocks it off like, fuck you, fountain. And I was like, I go to take it back. I know I'm in the wrong, and this I'm proud of myself because I'm expressing rage, even though I know I'm in the wrong. And I get there and I'm like, hey, I need to return this. And he goes, oh, we can't, like it's COVID times. We can't return it. And I go, why don't you just throw it in the fucking trash then? I go, you sold this to me. This doesn't work for me. Like, I want my money back. He goes, no, you can't. And I go, just throw it in the trash then. And I left it there and I walked out. And I felt really great. And I never do shit like that. I felt really great. And then I was like, whoa, that was crazy. And I feel fantastic. And then like 4 minutes later, I was like, so bummed. I was like so shamed. I was like, oh, you left that perfectly good. You could have given it to somebody. You could have given it to a shelter. Like, you fucking idiot. Like, why did you? Oh, nice stand you were making. Because I felt like so helpless. I was like, okay, I'm COVID crazy. But also like, I need to express my rage because I really. But
oh my God, will you be going to that pet store again?
No, I avoid it now.
Okay, right. This next guest was also a live podcast we did at the Daryl Roth Theater. She was so kind enough to let us use her space. And I love him so much. He's an icon and he is adorable. Ladies and gentlemen, with his Kill Me Now moment, it is Isaac Mizrahi.
Restaurant service. Restaurant service makes me insane.
Like how?
And I had like an event. I had like a.
Okay.
I made a scene at Mayalino. You know that place downtown?
Yes.
Delicious. But I just couldn't take it anymore. I couldn't take it. It was like early it was like brunch, and the guy was like, forever. We were sitting there for 20 minutes without a cup of fucking coffee.
Right. Oh, I can't stand that.
You go to Elephant and Castle, and within 6 seconds, you have a cup of very good coffee, right? And it takes them forever. Anyway, finally, he comes over to the table, and I go, oh, I'll have some tea, please. And my husband goes, I'll have a coffee. And then my friend goes, I'm going to have the pancakes. And he goes, I think I'm going to take the drink order first.
Oh, sorry.
And I said, excuse me, if she wanted a drink, she probably would have. He said, I'm going to call the manager. I swear to God. Even after I said, if she wanted a drink, she probably would have. And he said, I'm uncomfortable. I'm going to call. I was like, oh, I'm so sorry. You're uncomfortable. You're a shitty waiter. That's what you are.
You said that?
Yes. And I was like, we're leaving. And 6 people, and we left. And I said to the woman as I walked out, I was like, I'm sorry. I love this place. It's delicious, but I can never come here again. I can't come here.
And what did she say?
She's like, oh, we're so sorry, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, no, sorry. I can never come here again.
Now, I have a question
and then they go, do you have any allergies or whatever? No, I don't, but that's a good question. Thank you so much for asking me that fucking question. No, you know what I mean? It's like, I didn't know. If I had an allergy, I would tell you probably.
Right. You'd say, oh, is this
I have
in
an allergy to whey protein or something. Yeah.
You do?
No, my husband does.
Oh, that's annoying.
So,
Wait, so was the guy gay? The waiter gay?
I don't know. He looked like a bear. He had like a beard and sort of, yeah.
Fuck him.
No, I like bears. I really do.
No, I mean, fuck him as a waiter.
I wanted to like him. Yes, I did. I really
did. He know? He had to know who you are.
No, I don't care. Honestly, I don't want preferential treatment. I just want not to be told that the drink order is the drink. What?
You know, when I first started doing the podcast, I knew there were, some guests that I knew that I wanted to have on. And this next guest and her Kill Me Now moment, she's so brilliant and is someone I looked up to as a comedian because I would watch her when I was in high school, and she was so... I mean, her jokes were so terrific, and she has so much material, and she really was in the thick of it, in the clubs, and the only woman at the time. I have always been a huge fan of her, so it was such a treat to have her on. Ladies and gentlemen, with her Kill Me Now moment, the one, the only, Elaine Boozler.
You know what? Willful ignorance.
Yes.
Because I didn't graduate high school, and I love when they call me, well, you elites, you coastal elites.
Oh, I know.
And I think, honey, I didn't graduate high school. I was beaten every day of my life. You have no idea.
Right.
I thank you for calling me an elite. What a great compliment. Thank you. But, didn't it used to be a kind of a great honor to be called elite?
Right.
I mean, was it elite flying on United Airlines? And that was a great thing. Now it's a shame to have an education.
Right.
And my education was self
I mean, you're
done.
fucking brilliant.
I learned.
You can pick up a book, fuckheads.
Exactly, and the fact that no one wants to, the fact that they want to sit there with MAGA signs and listen to this piece of flotsam, talk, and they don't understand. I'm going to be fine. You're going to be fine. They're going to die soon because they're not going to have any medical coverage. Thank goodness, the house changed and they may get some saved. But if the house hadn't
they're not
turned
even going to know
over,
that's why.
No, they're not going to know that's why.
But
But to not understand, it's that great meme of the women voting Republican, and it's the woman sitting there punching herself in the face, and that's the meme. It's like black people in the KKK, Jews for the Nazi Party. There's no difference. The regular middle class who supports him doesn't understand what's going on here, but it has to be willful.
And that he doesn't give a fucking shit about
not
you.
get
and
that?
all those people at his fucking rallies, he wouldn't let them into Mar-a-Lago.
That's the whole point. They're not invited to the White House. They're not invited to. They're not going to play golf on his golf courses.
Fucked up the whole fucking White House.
And the thing, the thing, the willful ignorance, the desire to be dumb, the desire to be blind. That's what makes people dangerous.
Right.
I didn't want to be dumb when I got out of high school with no diploma, and I traveled the world. Luckily for work, I got that opportunity. But even if I never traveled the world, I would have picked up a book and learned something.
But did you know you were smart? Like you have to have known.
No, I never passed anything except French in high school and English. So I knew those were my gifts.
But
language. No, and I wasn't smart. I was so dumb. I'll tell you. You said you worked the Improv when Silver owned it. I was such a bad waitress because I was terrified and cowed because of my childhood that I couldn't waitress. I made a million mistakes. I only waitressed for 2 nights before they made me the hostess because you don't lift things. You don't get to carry a drink. But literally, I had so many mistakes on my check the first night. It's the first word Silver Friedman ever said to me in my whole decades of knowing her. Well, she wasn't Jewish. Silver wasn't? Oh, she was. You're right. I'm sorry. The first thing Silver Friedman ever said to me, she looked at my check with all the mistakes and she said, "Great teeth, but you're dumb." and me being as dumb as I was said, "Really? Great teeth?" Because I didn't know any better.
I don't even know what to say about our next Kill Me Now moment person. When I first started working in New York City at Catch a Rising Star, I used to just sit and watch her because I would stay there really late. I wouldn't get on until like 2 or 3 in the morning. And she would come in, and at one point when I was very young, her daughter would come with her because her daughter was in high school, and I would hang out with Eve in the back. But this woman made me laugh and still continues to make me laugh and is such a hero and just really embodies what it means to be a comedian and speaking truth to power. Ladies and gentlemen, the one, the only, the hilarious Joy Behar.
I think stupidity.
Yeah.
I can't stand stupid.
I can't.
I hate stupid. I ran into a guy, King Cullen, twice now. The guy comes over to me. Why do you not like Trump? And I give him 3 reasons. And he says, well, Hillary lied to... And I say, it's too stupid. I can't talk to you anymore now. And I walk away from him. Because he's such a sexist. He grabs women by the pussy, and people still like him.
And he's such a hypocrite.
Oh, I can't stand him. I know him very well. I went to his wedding to Marla.
You did?
I was at his wedding. Yeah, Rosie O'Donnell was there.
Yes.
Can you imagine? The two women who hate him the most were at his wedding.
I love you.
But you know what? As FDR once famously said, I dated him. He said, I welcome the hate. I welcome the hate.
This next guy is, well, I can't even say it's just him, but it's him and his husband. They're just the best. They're the best. He loves to give me a hard time, but he's so fucking talented. You all know him. Hilarious. I don't know how they do it. They work 24 fucking hours a day. Ladies and gentlemen, next up is Seth Rudetsky and his husband, James Wesley.
I cannot take that people walk down the street with headphones on. It infuriates me because it is a complete denial of the fact that you are in society. So people because what happens is, in the old days, you could be like, oh, wow, what a cute dog, or I love you, Jack. Be a normal person. But literally, or you can go, by the way, do you know where Starbucks is? But anytime I want to say anything to anybody, it's like, first of all, either a blank face, and then finally 20 minutes taking the ear. And I'm like, what is that important you have to fucking listen to? I can't tell you how it enrages me. It enrages me, James.
Well, can I just comment on that?
Yes.
I put the earphones in and don't play anything because so many people stop me in my neighborhood, and I don't want to have conversations with them. But I'm not listening to anything.
So I did pick up on the fact that you're trying to block people out. I mean, that's what I find. I just find it
Well,
weird.
it's just like I know something. They're like, Judy, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, no, I can't.
Okay.
You know?
Well, can't you just do the fake cell phone
But it's
calls?
easier to look the other way when you have headphones in and they won't I just think they won't. All right, whatever.
I hear you. All right. It annoys me.
All right, go ahead.
Talking during a show or a movie.
Oh,
wait a minute. This is about me. So
I asked what pisses you.
I know, but he's literally referring to me because
I didn't say that. I didn't say you.
Why are you turning red then? We'll be watching a show, and I'll have some sassy, fun comments that anyone else would appreciate.
I'm with James.
Wait a minute. You don't talk
Elisa
nonstop.
doesn't shut the fuck up. I'm like, shut the fuck up. Like, it's so annoying. And like,
But
the
I'm
shit.
interesting. She's probably like therapy and annoying.
No. She'll be we watch the news. I'm just doing that.
Yes.
What
Oh, yeah,
she's doing.
sorry. You missed a lot
We'll
of
be
news
watching the news.
Yeah.
And oh, really? Yeah. Well, why don't you fuck? I'm like, I'm trying to listen to the rest of the
Thank
point.
you.
And she goes off. Yeah. Well, if you're fucking, why do the Republicans go? Blah, 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 blah. I'm like, Elisa, we're not even listening to the answer because you're
Right.
fucking talking.
So here's the worst thing that's happened,
It better not be about me.
technology-wise. No. It has to do with the DVR where you can be allowed to pause. So it happened last night, and Seth and I were watching something, and I'm like, I want to be able to, I'm in the moment of the emotion of what's happening on the screen. I want to actually continue feeling the emotion instead of putting it on pause.
And I'm like, pause for a second. What
And
do you
he
think of
wants
her
to put it on
outfit?
pause.
So it's like something.
So, like, I hate that we actually, I love the DVR, but I hate that we actually can pause things.
So I was cast in a sitcom in 1994 that called All American Girl. It was with Margaret Cho, and playing her brother was our next guest, and he has remained in my life and a friend and a confidant and just another live. And here was another live podcast recording we did at Club Coming, and he's a gem. He is a gem. Just so smart, and I just love him. Ladies and gentlemen, BD Wong.
That pisses you off when people say, are you?
Oh,
that pisses me off. And the other thing is like, do I know you, or you look so familiar, but I don't know who you are, kind of thing. Or them saying I love it when people say, "Oh, are you with it? Are you?" And then you say, "Yes, I am," and they go, "I knew it."
Oh, I know. I hate that.
No, you didn't. But that doesn't piss me off as much as a general sense of people not using their brains to their potential.
Oh, I know, right?
We all have the brain.
Right.
We can do what we want with it. And you see it out there. Now you see it, of course, with the president and all that stuff. I don't know what his brain is capable of doing, actually. But he's not using it. He's so selfish that he won't even use his own brain properly. He doesn't even feel he has the need to have to know everything.
I know.
Right? So that's an extension of something that's a pet peeve of mine. Like, how hard is it to figure out that you should not stand in front of the door on the subway when other people are getting
Fuck.
How hard is that to figure out?
I know.
It's just intelligence.
And let me off, you fucking asshole.
Yeah, or turn to the side or something. It's that to me is symbolic of a kind of not thinking.
What about looking at your phone while you're walking down? You're like behind the person, and then you go to the right.
Stairs.
They fucking move over to the right. Yeah.
They're going up the stairs.
I
subway.
hate that. Yeah. Yeah. And they're like, oh, and I'm like, no.
Yeah. So that is not. Those little individual things are representative to me of someone being in their own head, not being out thinking, using their brain to get outside of themselves. Because I like I said, I think the human connection is the thing that makes us really special. We're really into it. That makes me feel alive when I'm able to connect to somebody. So even on the subway, that's part of it.
Right.
Like, let's work together or something.
Yeah.
And so how hard is that?
Okay, you can't have a Kill Me Now without ever having this guest on. You can't really have a comedy podcast without, including this next guest. He is a legend. He is a fucking genius. He is hilarious, kind. He's really one of the most incredible people I've ever met in this industry. And he's the real deal. And I'm honestly honored and humbled to know him. He's so fucking great. The one, the only, Lewis Black.
Help on the computers. Anytime it says help on anything, pretty much 90%, not only the computer itself, but then if you go to a site and you're trying to figure something out, you go to help. Because help is never help. In Apple, they don't help you. Nobody helps you. There's no sense of, I'm not a fucking moron. You got nobody in IT, you got nobody over there who could have come up with really how you do this. Right. You go to this. Well, this doesn't exist.
Right.
This is nothing that I go there. There are no symbols that are a symbol for that. You fucking lying sacks of shit. Microsoft might as well just write it in Arabic.
Right.
For all and Apple is always like, it's kind of like, hey, it's not a problem. Everything's gonna be.
Wait.
Yeah,
What about when you call them? They're like, hey, how's your day going? I don't fucking care.
Yeah.
Can we not? Because I gotta fucking call you.
Yeah,
that's how shitty my day is.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, mine. I always go. It's going really well. It's going really, really well. I said, I just fucking those. You're having a good day. I said, really, you expect me to really share with you?
Our next guest, we always tease each other when we see each other that we would have been best friends in high school, and we totally would have been best friends in high school. I know I've been saying everyone's talented, but this guy's so fucking talented. He is a musician, of course, and he has worked with you got to listen to his episode. It's fucking amazing. His life. There would be no cabaret without this guy. And he's so cute and adorable, ladies and gentlemen, with his Kill Me Now moment, Billy Stritch. What pisses you off more than anything makes you fucking so angry?
No problem.
Oh.
When you say thank you, you're doing a transaction or something. Well, thank you to first of all, I'm saying thank you to the person who, that's wrong. And then they say back, no problem. I'm like, really? No problem? It's your fucking job.
Yeah.
Why are you saying?
Wait, we have a guard / doorman. It's not really a doorman, comes to our building at 5 o'clock till 1 o'clock and leaves early all the time. And I take pictures and then send it to the super. Anyway, so I'm always take a picture of the empty desk. And anyway, so I always
I'm
say.
I'm paying for an empty desk here.
I always say, good night. And they go, okay. No. Okay.
Right.
Okay.
It's
Or
not
good morning.
okay.
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 Okay. No.
I
Say
know.
good morning.
I am
Good.
so with you. I'm so with you.
Okay.
And the only answer to thank you is you're welcome.
Right.
Come again.
No problem.
whatever,
Wait,
but
this is
no
another
problem.
one I hate. Ready? How you doing? Can't complain. Yes, you can. You can complain. You can fucking complain. Everyone can complain.
Sure.
And of course, the wonderful, this guy I've known since he started doing stand-up. He's a quality person, even though he hasn't had me on his podcast, which is my kill me now moment right now. He's hilarious. He's a good guy. He loves his martini. He's a dad. He's just, you bond with some people in this business, and he's my friend, and I love him. Ladies and gentlemen, with his kill me now moment, the one, the only, Tom Papa.
The thing that really bothers me, it's so funny, like these things, the thing I'm going to say almost seems trite when there's a pandemic going on. It's like, I wonder how long it's going to take for comedians to complain about, airplanes. Right. But it is the playing of devices without earphones in public places, FaceTiming in public places. They're ruining all of my favorite places in the world. Great lounges, quiet bars, and then to have somebody playing video games, doing all this stuff without any AirPods, that is really
you know what?
Making me want to take.
I fucking love you for saying that, because there are so many times, like I'll be on the bus or something, or I'll be waiting and then someone will be on their phone talking with the phone to their ear, and the person's on speaker. So it's like you hear the other person, and it's like, no one fucking wants to hear your fucking conversation.
I know.
And then you're at dinner having a conversation, and someone's there with their kid, and it's like, ding, 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 ding.
And right, exactly. The lack. When I go to New York, I stay at the Soho Grand, which has this beautiful lounge for breakfast in the morning. It's just soft couches and quiet music and beautiful people. And I could sit there and write all morning long. And then somebody sits at the couch across from me and starts watching funny videos on YouTube with the speaker up. And I just look at them like, why do you think, don't you see you're the only person making noise right now?
We need audio distancing. That's what we need.
Oh, it'd be so great.
Yeah.
Oh, God. Yeah, so that bothers me.
All right. Well, that was good. I like that one.
That's it, folks. Those are the Kill Me Now moments we've chosen for the 300th episode. There will be more, hopefully, episodes like this, because, you got to revisit. And I've been so lucky to have so many incredible people tell me what pisses them off the most. It's really been a delight. And my mother used to say, it's been a delight, Judith. So I can't thank you enough for listening to our 300th episode. Can you fucking believe it? Please, this is a labor of love. I have to say, this podcast is a labor of love. I don't make any money from this podcast, but I love it. I love doing it. I love hearing people's stories, and I love hearing what pisses people off. So I want to thank you all so much for listening. As we've mentioned, Kill Me Now is produced by Laura Vogel. It's edited by Colin Schmaling. You met Brittany Joe Sowards, my assistant. You met Laura. Colin, believe me, he's editing right now. But they're all great, so I want to thank them. And I also want to ask you to please subscribe. Please leave a review. Please tell everyone about my podcast. Please, 5 stars, please. Please buy my book. Please go to my website, judygold.com. Follow me on Insta and Twitter at judygold, JWDYGOLD, because I'm a Jew. But I just want to say thank you for all of you who've been listening for a long time or just started listening. Thank you. It is my pleasure, my joy. I know I'm Nancy negative, but I do love people. So I just want to say thank you all so much. And please wear a mask if you have, indoors. Just be careful. Please get vaxxed. I can't with the not vaxxing. That's my kill me now. I did a show the other night and there were 4 women in the front and they're like, it doesn't work. The mask doesn't work and I'm not getting a vaccine. Okay, fine. Then get the fuck away from me and get out of the club. So, really. I can't wait for this fucking thing to be 100% over. But thank you again, all. I love you. And here's to 300 more. So long!
And everything was wonderful. I'll see you soon. Thank you for the visit. So long.